Hello everyone, Shkarteri here. So welcome back to round 4. So I was a bit late with round 4, so we're going to watch it now, and maybe after this one we can check round 5, which I have already done as well. So this was round 4 at Red Bull Ring. So we had 28 laps. So it was a wet race at the beginning. So as you can see, I decided to go on the intermediate tires, so as well as some of the other drivers, even though most of them were on the wet tires. So I wasn't really sure which tires I should use for this race. But since I was worried, because I play with the controller, if I could manage the tires till the end, so I just decided to go on the intermediate tires, even though I knew that I had to be very careful, especially in the beginning of the race, because of the very wet conditions. So I knew these weren't going to be the best tires for this part of the race. And still, I just wanted to try and hold on to my position. So I started in P9, as you can see, in 9th place, with the drivers that were on the wet tires. But unfortunately, as you can see, I just fell down to last place. For me and my teammate from Citroen, we're both Citroens in this race, ended up having problems in turn 2 or 3, which I think that one is turn 3. So after a few moments in which I was in last place of P15, I had already managed to recover 2 positions. Obviously thanks to the accidents from both Jet and Poncho as well. So as you can see on the map, so the 3 of us just fell really behind compared to the other group of people, of drivers in front. It's a really long distance from the front pack, as you can see. There was still a lot of rain, still wet, very wet conditions. In some part of the circuit, so as heavy as in some other parts of the circuit. It was faster in some parts and not as fast as in some other parts. So both of us, so the Citroen drivers, were on the same strategy, so using the intermediate tires. He went for a really big dive there. But I didn't really want to be fighting because I was trying to see if we could recover the time that we had on the first lap. Slowly trying to and managing to catch them. So while they're having problems, also the Finnish driver. I think, yeah, he was on the wet tires. Like I said, I didn't really want to force any issues there. So I just wanted us to try and get as close as possible to the, in this case it was that mid-pack, because the front pack, so the first three were already gaining some advantage, so it is going to be almost impossible to get close to the first three drivers in this race. like I said, so most of the other drivers were on the wet tires, so I was waiting for the weather to clear a bit so that I could have an advantage later in the race. Accelerating a lot at this point. South African driver was also very quick, so just catching me again. Like I said, I just didn't want to fight, so if he wanted to ask me, so he could, but I wasn't going to fight it. So like in here, for example, I just decided to push him, also for him to know that I didn't really want to fight. But I don't know if he got the message or not, but he just decides to go defensive there. Not really what I wanted. But the weather was it's starting to dry out now. Which meant that Now it's going to get faster and faster. You already see this drying line. So but in here I make a mistake if I go too wide. Just got distracted for a bit. Driver having some issues there. So, David, French driver. So managed to gain one position, now in P13. Get half a second penalty there for track limits. So to the 148. It's starting to get faster and faster. So 41 in the previous lap and now 40.8. There was a lot of rain coming again. Jet goes a bit deep there. I wasn't really sure if I should pass him or not, but it wasn't really a good idea. I shouldn't have really tried that because he had a half a second penalty, so I could have passed him there. But because of that, I ended up losing a bit of time. again, 142 in the previous lap, so because of the heavy rain coming back again. Back to a 141. Still, we were making good progress because we were starting to catch some of the other drivers ahead. So while having problems again. Or Ville. Not really sure how to pronounce that name. Beginning of lap 13, we were still in P12. Or not still in P12 because we gained the position to the Finnish driver. So but we started this race in 9th place. So my objective at this point was at least to get back to P9. So Jet and Falcon there. Having a bit of door-to-door banging there. And I managed to gain one more position. had already decided that as soon as the track started drying out, that I was going to start pushing harder and harder, try and get closer to the drivers ahead. So and on lap 14 I did a 140, so my best lap at this point. And here I was just trying to scare Jet a bit, so trying to put more pressure on him. Improving to a 139.6. So we're starting to catch some of the other drivers. So Mattes was also on the wet tires, Henry was on the intermediate, and Ridla so was on the wet tires. And I do the fastest lap of the race at this point, so 138.0. I also knew that Mattes was going to start struggling a bit more because of being on the wet tires. So I could feel that he was starting to struggle a bit, and then Jet also loses control of the Citroen on the corner exit, and I managed to capitalize on that. So I knew also that I had to force the overtake here, because I could feel that I was being faster than the German driver. I also knew that some of the drivers on the wet tires were probably going to pit and change tires. So Nico, the Austrian driver, so decides to pit. Goes on. At this point of the race I was already in P8, so, and I also knew that I wasn't going to pit, so as long as I could manage my rhythm so that I could at least hold on to 8th place, as long as I didn't make any mistakes. So I did 1:37.8 again. Improving again to 1:37.3. Like I said, I was trying to push as hard as I could. Even though I was already happy because I managed to recover some positions and go back to 8th place. But I could see Ridla and Henry in front of me, so Henry and Ridla, so they go deep there, so they make a mistake. Both of them manage to pass Ridla. Goes on the wet tires. So now I just wanted to try and put some pressure on Henry. That was on the, since he was on the same strategy as me. He gets a half a second penalty there. good recovery from my part. It was already in P7. So Toto Pels is also on the wet tires. So Riddler decides to pit. So he changed on to the medium tires. So he's probably going to be faster than everyone, but changing tires, it just over here just takes a lot of time. So I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Beginning of lap 23, I managed to improve my time again, so 1:36.2. And I was starting to catch, especially the Italian driver. I could see that was starting to struggle as well on the wet tires. I was starting to feel confident that I could at least overtake the Italian driver. 2 yellow flags. So I had, and Serval had made a mistake. So on the curve of that exit. So again, I just was trying to force the issue there, because I knew that I was going to be faster than the Italian driver. I was trying to pass him as soon as possible because I didn't want to lose contact with Henry up ahead. But I didn't want to let him go. Let him go away. So I managed to get better traction there out of the corner. because of the intermediate tires. Even though I was starting to realize that I was maybe pushing a bit too hard, because my tires were getting a lot of wear. So Henry there gets a slightly poor exit. So I managed to get closer to him. Getting up lap 26. I do a 1:35.6. Got a really good exit there. I was trying to overtake him, but ended up bumping him a bit. This is accidental. Even though I checked the replay before, so he braked too late there, so I ended up losing the position. Henry now was starting to put a lot of pressure on me. So obviously, so he wanted fourth place back. So I knew that I had to be careful and perfect through all the corners in order for him not to be able to catch me. Of lag there. It hit me a bit there, but I think it was just an accident. Just a racing incident. He broke a bit late. Ended up losing the position again, even though when I was checking this replay I realized that I had damage on the back of my car, but we didn't really get any damage. So the three ahead were already long gone, so the Alfa Romeo of Mika was in front, so he managed to win the race. Starting the final lap now. So I knew that Henry was going to try his best to get the position back. So I didn't want to make any mistakes. And he was a bit wide there. So that really allowed me to relax a bit because he lost a bit of time there. So entering the final corners, so I'm going to be able to secure 4th place. So, and like I said, so it was really, well, like I said, I mean, like I wrote on the thumbnail, so it was really an epic comeback because after falling into last place, and then finishing in 4th. So recovering a lot of positions there, so it was really an excellent race and a good recovery. So I hope you have enjoyed this race. So, and like I said, so I will be back maybe next, so in a few moments, to show you round 5, which I did today. Okay, so like I said, hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you again very soon.